but I hope you'll all enjoy yourself and enjoy the Black Sage Project. They're very talented musicians. I wanted to give you a little bit of history of German, since you're in German. German was here when the Indians were here, probably right where you're sitting, and they hunted here, they fished here. We found relics at Chapman Lake and up on the mountains. And then the trappers came through. The trappers would trade with the Indians, and then in the 1700s, the white men started to settle from Connecticut. They moved up and down the valley. They fought with the Indians, went in and out, back to Connecticut, back to here, then William Penn's company, they fought with the Connecticut settlers here. And then once it settled down in the 1750s, they started to search for coal. And around 1802, they found coal in Carbondale. German was part of Blakely Township, and Blakely was 4 miles from German, and Carbondale was 4 miles from German. So the first name German got was 4 Mile Point. And 4 Mile Point, there was a tavern here. There was a stagecoach stop and a tavern at 4 Mile Point. And that was somewhere where the Windsor is on that intersection, but we don't know if it was on the same side of the road, the other side by the river, the other corner. There's no record of it, but it was 4 Mile Point. And then German got settled a little bit. A family came here and built a big farm. And if you go down the main street where the beer distributor is and the Episcopal Church, from that river up to the mountains behind us, that farm was all through that area, and it was called Baconville because the family's name was Bacon. And we have Bacon Street, which is the next street over. It goes all the way up the length of German. That was the second name of the area that we're in. And in about the 1850s, 1840s, the name took on Rushdale. And it was named after the Rush Brook Creek. There was a lot of settlers that came here and said the rushing Brook Creek with a beautiful colored trout. And they hunted and fished here, so it was part of the name. It became Rushdale. There were murders in Rushdale. Molly Maguires were in Rushdale. A relative of John German, who ended up being the namesake of the town, he was fighting. He said he was going to kill a Welshman before the night was over, and he ended up dead. And that's part of our history in Rushdale. And then a guy from Philadelphia came here to settle and start a mine. He was a lawyer from Philadelphia. I don't even know if he ever seen the town, but the town ended up being named after him. It became Gibsonburg. And when we were incorporated in 1870, we were incorporated as Gibsonburg. And that was the name of German when we became separated from Blakely Township and became our own little town. The mines that he started were 1862, 1863. They didn't pan out so well, or as well as a lawyer thought they should. So he didn't make as much money as he thought he should. So John German, who started a mine in Scranton, made pretty good out of it, came up to German and bought those mines and made them work. And it became one of the largest mining towns in the area. It was the hub of the Upper Valley at that time. It was the busiest town in the valley, according to all the records that we could find. And in 1874, the citizens of this town decided to name it after John German. Some of the songs you're going to hear are going to be songs about Edgerton. And Edgerton was a mining town separate from German, over on East Side German, and actually it was in Archibald Borough. But some of the homes that were built up there were later taken down and moved down into German. So Edgerton now is part of German. Some of the homes are still here. And some of them were dismantled, brought down here and rebuilt. So that has a little bit of history. Edgerton, I believe, was around 1880s up to 1903, 1908. 1905. Correct me. Thank you. I'm not big on the Edgerton history. I thought Pepper Prunitzky was going to be here and he was going to do that. But Edgerton was a town of its own. It had its own school. It had all its own company stores. And the history of that is documented in a lot of our history. When we have our open houses, we have a lot of books that tell you all about the history. And I'm going to let you go with that because I know you came here to hear them, not me. But somebody had to open this program, and I was the only one elected to do it. So my little helper, Hunter, my grandson, and I are going to sit back and enjoy this, and we'll come back at halftime and maybe give you a little bit more history. The artifacts that are out in the case, that's some of our display. You get a chance to take a look at that. You'll see some Indian arrowheads, some bullets, some medicine bottles, and a lot of history of German is out there. That's part of my collection, but my collection couldn't come here. You wouldn't have any room to sit. Sit back and enjoy the Black Sage Project.
Good evening, everyone. This first little piece is kind of historical in nature. It's about a hobo ghost. Not too much in significant history, though, but I'll do my best to explain what we're going to do as we go on. So this is called Ride the Rails. Ready? Hop the southbound train to New York City, heading somewhere warm like Caroline. There's an old man and a boy sitting next to me, and it seemed a shame traveling through the night. Well, the moon was really bright, winter evening. You could read the papers left behind. All those thousand passengers on board that southbound train, as the whistle took a silence through the night. Listen to the wheels as they roll along the track. Listen to the rails, let the memories take me back. Just like it was the first time when I jumped that midnight train. Well, a young boy went to look outside the doorway. As clouds came in and snow began to fall, his breath was as white as the fog upon the lake. And when the moon came out again, he was gone. So the old man handed me a piece of paper, and it almost seemed to crumble in my hand. Looking at the headline, young Hobo disappeared, but he left me with a question in my mind. Well, I rode the rails from here to California, and I've seen a lot of it you can't explain. Stories of a young boy in a boxcar who died tonight riding the night train. Listen to the wheels as they roll along the track. Listen to the rails, let the memories take me back. Just like it was the first time when I jumped that midnight train. Listen to the wheels as they roll along the track. Listen to the rails, let the memories take me back. Just like it was the first time when I jumped that midnight train. Thank you. The first part of this program that we're going to do, we're going to walk you through the town of Edgerton. and the life and times of Edgerton. And the first piece on this is about a gentleman named John Hosey. He was the founder of Edgerton. He was an immigrant from Scotland, and he came over looking for hardpan coal, and he found it. The interesting story about this, and I don't want to give it away, it's like a spoiler alert. He was the sole survivor of an actual 50-acre mine collapse. This is first part of Edgerton. Ready? Ready? 30 years digging in a hole underground, with picks and shovels and their coal I have found. Mills and carts, all in black diamond coal. 50 men work in a dark hellhole. Help from the mules, we laid down track. 50 men together, and sure we broke our back. Hauling heavy timber to shore up walls, we dug our way down deep in cavern walls. I spent 30 years digging with blood, sweat, and bone, following the vein of black diamond coal. From a 50-acre mine collapse, wandering in that hole, I came out in Carbondale, walked my way back home. Then one day a tremendous roar, like God Almighty came through. I was hit so hard that it took me off my feet. 50 men did not survive. I am thankful I'm alive. So I just started walking, not knowing where I might be. So I grabbed hold of the track we lay down on the ground. No, it seemed like days, I didn't know where I'd come out. From a 50-acre mine collapse, wandering in that hole, I came out in Carbondale, walked my way back home. And me just being newlywed, the town folks gave me up for dead. What a big surprise when they saw me on the street. And my young bride says to me,
You've been gone for 2 whole weeks. Was a solemn funeral, now you're standing at my feet.
I spent 30 years digging with blood, sweat, and bone, following the vein of black diamond coal. From a 50-acre mine collapse, wandering in that hole, I came out in Carbondale, walked my way back home. Yes, I came out in Carbondale, walked my way back home. John Hosey's story. You know, my good friend Dale over here is doing the video, and he said to me one day, he says, I'm doing a historical project. And he said, he gave me the details of Edgerton, and I said to him, you know, it'd be cool to write a song about an actual ghost town that was local. And they did. But it took me a long time to write this. So this is called The Ballad of Edgerton. Where the breaker once stood over Edgerton town, 500 West miners worked underground, making a living of fantasy for guns, dump for men. Most folks recall the town of Edgerton. Only memories of a ghost town remain. On its streets from a cold town forgot, those that had died there, their ghosts still remain. Through the open schoolyard, children laughed and played. John Moran, the teacher, taught girls ages 6 to 8. Lost an arm to a break at the age of 10. So he walks to school every day, well known as One-Armed Man. Now John Luxmore, at the age of 5, wandered from his home. He liked to go down to the creek and throw skipping stones. And his mother was busy baking when she saw him falling in. A panic-stricken woman to the neighbors, she did run. Mule boss had found John 500 yards downstream. The town folks gathered round her when she began to scream. Another soul in a cold town forgotten, a day in the life of Edgerton town. When the coal had run out, the houses that once stood there were all taken down, and the only thing left behind were vivid memories, some photographs of miners and grown-up trees. Stroll along the old road and listen carefully to the sound of the breaker where the miners used to be. Ghosts are mining in a cold town forgotten, deep in the life of Edgerton town. Some folks recall the town of Edgerton, only memories of a ghost town remain. On its streets from a cold town forgotten, those that had died there, their ghosts still remain. For those that had died there, their ghosts still remain. Thank you. This next one, like I said, we're touring Edgerton. This is about the Breaker Boys. If you were 7 years old, 6 and 7, you went to work in the breaker. The sad thing about that, you wore no gloves, and you couldn't really do anything about your hands. Those that were new, of course, the younger kids that were there for a while, if you were a newbie, you would cry so much because the pain hurt so bad, because they called them red tips, and the tips of your fingers were blood red, almost down to the bone for picking slack. So anyway, we owe this little debt of gratitude to the Breaker Boy. I set my arse across the chute on a plank pulled out of pine. While the breaker boss keeps walking, make sure we're not talking, and we make sure the coal comes down the line. Oh, the life of the breaker boy, never easy when you're small. I'm only 8 years old, and I could go for a chill. Put my fingers high up in the air, hope the boss will see them there, and it's still the outhouse steamboat. when you shiver and you shake. Looking for the boss comes strolling in, back up to the door again, back up to the breakers, the North Pole. Oh, the life of a breaker, boys, never easy when you're small. I'm only 8 years old, and I could go for a chill. Oh, my fingers high up in the air, and hope the boss will see them there, but it's still the I'll see the road. Sometimes the boss is in a mood, he won't let us get up to shoot, no matter how many times we hold our fingers in the air. So I hit him with a lump of coal, let him know we really have to go. Oops, poopy pants, it's now too late. Thank you. It wasn't uncommon to have soil pits.
Okay. Next one. Strike.
There were 2 strikes up at Edgerton. This one was the worst. This was in 1902. A gentleman by the name of Orlando Scully, in charge of the colliery, would not give in to the miners' demands. Of course, the miners wanted better pay, better working conditions, and to be better off provided for. Now, since that, Orlando lives in Knoxon, so what does he do? He recruits 100 men up to come and bust the strike. And the results, here's the results. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't have any cell phones back then. The only way you could get a hold of a mass of people together was ring the church bell. In the town of Edgerton, the battle lines were drawn, from the breaker to the old saloon that stood outside of town. Miners gathered all around and spoke of better pay, and stick it to the company as they went on strike that day. Armed with shovels, sticks and clubs, the men all stood around, while in Wyoming County 100 men were found to work the mine and bust the strike. They arrived by horse and cart. Weasel, as he was known, come in to do his dirt. Meanwhile in the taverns there were miners drinking beer, and some were drinking whiskey to overcome one's fear, to face a gang of 100 men who fight for their demands. Scully would regret the day he challenged those mining men. So as the men from out of town were greeted by a mob, someone spotted Scully as he rode in with his cart, and breaking free from the ranks, 5 men had snuck around, grabbing hold of Scully, throwing him down on the ground. They kicked him and they clubbed him like lions on the attack, and they left him lying in the dirt with a broken back, beaten so severely while his men just stood around. There's a moral to this story, and which one can be found? So don't cross the line of striking men, or leave your life to pay, just like Orlando Scully did when they went on strike that day. No matter what the offer was, they'll beat you in the end. He found out the hard way when he challenged those mining men. Being put on rail cars, Scully's men were run from town, and most became firemen down in Germantown. The miners up at Edgerton
guys are wondering, this used to be the umbrella stand to my picnic table. But it works.
Not bad for a homemade belt. This is about coal running out, starting to dry out. Where the breaker once stood, a barrage in town, 500 West miners were worked underground. Oh, what's it after with I in demand, when 120 were done to command? But they're not mining coal here anymore, only a foundation where the breaker used to be. A photograph of miners near the general store, and Edgerton in memory. Most were the Irish battalions of coal. Some boys worked the breaker at 7 years old, at 10 cents per hour, with coal in demand, 124 tons of land. But they're not mining coal here anymore, only a foundation where the breaker used to be. A photograph of miners near the general store, and Edgerton vivid memory. But they're not mining coal here anymore, only a foundation where the breaker used to be. A photograph of miners near the general store, and Edgerton vivid memory. So if you walked up to the place Edgerton used to be, drove along the old roads and listened carefully to the sound of the breaker foundation there, you can still hear the echoes mining in the air. But they're not mining coal here anymore, only a foundation where the breaker used to be. A photograph of miners near the general store, and Edgerton the vivid memory, and Edgerton the vivid memory. This next piece, last piece of Edgerton, and then we'll go into something really cool. But this last piece of Edgerton is saying farewell to that town, to those who lived there, those who were born there, those who worked there, those who died there. It's a tribute to those for so many years ago. So this ballad kind of sums it all up. Ready? Let's walk to the schoolhouse. Children laugh and play. Where John Moran, the teacher, was conducting lessons of the day. In the open schoolyard, mothers would stop and talk, just for a few minutes, and up the road they'd walk. The noise from the breaker was heard for miles around. soot covered everything, like fresh snow upon the ground. Passing by the general store, men would come and go, perhaps to buy some laces for boots, or tobacco for the road. So farewell to Edgerton, town of long ago, a town that ghostly disappeared 100 years ago. And it's farewell to the families and the ones who work the mine. Farewell to all the tragedies and the ones all left behind. We stood for over 20 years, not the test of time. So farewell to Edgerton, a town that's so out of mind. Let us walk to the break, where all the coal cars were lined, where breaker boys pick slag out of coal just to earn a dime. The mule house and the blacksmith shop were busy all the time, from shoeing mules to making parts to take down in the mine. Walking up a little way, where John Luxmore was found, where the mule boss came upon him, lying in the water drowned, where his mother was heard screaming, and the town folks gathered round. And just for a moment, there was silence in the town. So farewell to Edgerton, a town of long ago, a town that ghostly disappeared 100 years ago. And this farewell to the families and the ones who work the mine. Farewell to all the tragedies, the ones all left behind. Stood for over 20 years, not the test of time. So farewell to Edgerton, a town that's so out of mind. Thank you. Does anybody know where Forest City is? Forest City is a little dinky place in Susquehanna County.
Right in the corner.
Kind of tucked away in the corner. Nothing really ever happened exciting there. And Forest City Historical Society, I don't see any members here tonight, but one of them was after me for 5 years to write this song about Forest City. It took me 5 years to write it. Anyway, this is about Forest City. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3.
How about Pittston? Anybody know where Pittston is? This next one was an actual event. Not that Forest City was anything special. But this is an actual event that happened in 1863, right? 1896, sorry, I stand corrected. 58 men are entombed in the mine which is called the Twin Shaft Mine. The Knox Mine disaster, which happened in January of 59, not to get confused. They're not far from each other. The Twin Shaft Mine was on a 200-acre lot. It was owned by the Newton Coal Company. And due to greed, of course everything happens in the mines with greed, but due to greed, they sent these poor fellows up at around midnight to shore the walls up at the Twin Shaft and never came back. This is called the Twin Shaft Mine disaster. You ready? 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 1, 2, 3. Deep in the dark of the Twin Shaft Mine, 58 men met their fate. They were frantically hurrying to shore up the walls, but their labor was only in vain. Deep underground, more than 400 feet, when the squeeze gave a crushing blow, the day come out would be a daunting task, so they were left into below. In the town of Pittston, the timbers were singing. Some say they were hunting all week. But early Sunday morning, around 3 o'clock, the king had sealed their fate. One mass explosion sent shockwaves for miles. Town folks were thrown from their beds. It rattled the buildings and houses around. An earthquake, some folks had said. But when the rats start running and the timbers start singing, it's time to start running away. The ceiling is moving and the walls are crumbling, and it's time to get out of the way. 2 tunnels dug in a field all the time. Volunteers gained 20 feet per day. Newspapermen were on the scene, reported havoc in every way. From heavy rock to timbers and dirt, the dust now settling below. Women crying and the boss man yelling, barking orders to the men on the slope. A marker now stands on Main Street in town, telling of the Twin Shaft Mine. All 58 men gave their lives to the mine, are entombed in the red ash vein. So when the rats start running, the timbers start singing, it's time to start running away. The ceiling is moving and the walls are crumbling, it's time to get out of the way. It's time to get out of the way. Now this song here, you're in for a treat. You are the first people, actually, to get to hear this as a crowd. Besides us. Yeah, we're working on it, right?
I still didn't hear it. Who's us?
This actually happened in 1888,
Yeah, I did.
before the temperance, or actually before Prohibition. Temperance, this was during the temperance parades. Temperance parades were put on by the women because they feared that their husbands, who worked in the mines, most of them, were drinking too much. Yeah! So anyway, this was an actual event. The sole survivor of this for one day, I think his name was Kilcullen.
Owen.
What is it?
Owen?
Yeah, Owen Kilcullen. You can see the tomb, if you guys like to explore cemeteries. Down at the Cathedral Cemetery, there's a huge monument there, and it's dedicated to this little episode. This is called the Mud Run Train Disaster of 1888. You guys ready?
Maybe.
Ready? Okay. And then we'll introduce our little group here.
Can I?
Ready? 1, 2. Gather round me, people. There's a story to be told about a wreck that happened 100 years ago. Story that was seldom heard heading back to Hazelton, ending up in a desolate place, mission called the Run. Temperance parade was over with 20,000 strong. Irish miners took the pledge not to drink alcohol. The trains were being boarded, 5,000 to get home. Rally had to borrow cars from the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Two steamers just to pull each train, 75 cars and all. Left the 10-minute intervals just to get those families home. Heading up a steep grade, Nichols into an inside curve. Around the bend and the downhill zone, the station called Mud Run. First train at the station stopped 500 yards too short. Changing colors at the switch, went from red to white. The flagman chasing red flags just looked behind the train. Looking back at the switch, made a great mistake. He saw that train approaching, and as the whistle blew, waving those two red flags, knowing nothing he could do. Plowing into the first car, then the second and the third. The sound of wood and steel, for 1 mile it could be heard. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. And as the morning sun damage could be seen. A mass of twisted steel and some cars down the ravine. Dead were some of the teenagers from the Bugle War. With a few Irish miners, they'll work the mines no more. So if you've gone to take the pledge not to drink alcohol, you might consider thinking twice, my friend, from the red people's hall. You'll need a shot or two of whiskey as you do some task at hand. And just remember this all happened at the station on Mud Run. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Mud Run, at the Mud Run station, at the Mud Run, at the Mud Run station. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Remember this all happened at a station called Mud Run. Thank you.
Nice job, Kenny.
We'll introduce our little group here. In fact, why don't you start? Say hi.
You want me to introduce?
Oh, you can introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. That's.
Introduce yourself.
I think I would be more inclined to introduce the lead guy here first, Mr. Davey Ingerson, who wrote all these songs. He's got the world's greatest mustache. I mean, when I met him, I swore he was either a cop. I swore he was either a cop or a firefighter. But it turns out he's a musician, which is even better because I like musicians. And this is Davey Ingerson, talented, all-around good fella, and friend indeed.
Mr. Ron Hubert. Thank you.
Hubert.
Mr. Don Thompson over here on my other left. Just say hi, Don. The hiding mandolin player.
He don't speak much.
Yeah, he don't.
At least not English.
The little fella behind me, that's Ken Hubert. Nice job on the bass. This little guy over here, there you go. You're a lot taller than what I thought. Mr. Matt Clapper. My wife Bonnie Ingerson on all kinds of odds instruments. Lauren Pascal on the left, and the far right, and my sister-in-law Dee on fiddle. And we've got one more.
Sarah.
There she is, Sarah.
She'll be
sitting
up
up
in
in
the
the front
second
row.
half.
She'll be up shortly.
Sarah, big fan. Woo!
Okay, we got 10 minutes. What do you want to do? You want to do the right town? You got 10 minutes. You got musicians. They can never make up their minds.
We're having a little meeting up here, folks. Just
So anyway,
what? What's that? I guess we're about to learn a new one.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Sometimes we learn them right on stage, folks.
There's a young lady here I'd like to say hello to. Hi, Kelly and Sue Pratt. Sue was at one time over at the Old Mill Village Museum, and I got this little inspiration one day while I was there. So it's not very long, it's kind of short. But some of our histories, and this is a little part of history. This is called the Old Covered Bridge. The old covered bridge that crosses the creek, where there were wooden planks on the floor, where birds build their nests on their trusses of wood, and the stream sings their song under the floor. I recall yesteryear with horse-drawn carriages and the sound of clacking on her floor, with the clicking of their heels and the sound of their heels, with the song of the stream under her floor. I used to fish over her side, watching all the trout go swimming by. And the folks in their carts would stop and say hi, while birds on the wing would fly by. I remember that old covered bridge on the lane where I stole my first kiss years ago. And now the sound of the stream and the bridge it used to creak are still never to be heard anymore. I remember that old covered bridge down the lane where I stole my first kiss years ago. And now the sound of the train and the bridge it used to creak are still never to be heard anymore. Are still never to be heard anymore. Thank you.
You gotta flip the Rolodex around.
What's that?
You gotta flip the Rolodex.
You guys are too much. I wrote this next piece for a play. They never used it. Come to find out it was an actual event. Why am I getting feedback? And it's part of German, where you are now. And this was a true event. Abraham Lincoln had signed the draft. It was supposed to be a voluntary action. It was a mandatory action. And it made the women really mad. So they rioted. Women started rioting all the way from the coal regions up here all the way down to Virginia. That's how mad they were. So they never got a chance to use this tune, because this is an actual event. This is called The Day the Riots Came to Town. '62. In 1862, Lincoln signed the draft. Mandatory action, which made the women mad. From the coal mines of the region down to Allentown, and every woman knew it the day the riots came to town. So women, tell your mothers, tell your grandmas and sisters too, carry in your aprons all the stones that you will use. Together we will fight the draft, keep our young men home. And every woman knew it the day the riots came to town. Two men who went up the hill doing listings one by one, return running for their lives after being stoned. And they met the boss at White Oak Run and were soon stoned again, running into a telegraph office, locking themselves in. Well, a small band of recruits attempted to rescue stranded men, awoke horseback in the office when the stones had flown again. Greeted by 100 strong, some women began to shout, and every window that was in the place was shattered and taken out. So women, tell your mothers, tell your grandmas and sisters too, carry in your aprons all the stones that you will use. Together we will fight the draft and keep our young men home. And every woman knew it the day the riots came to town. looking out, told George Simpson watched the play. He offered to give some women cash if they would go away. They wanted the enrollment books and he was free to go, with a promise not to return and not to enroll. But some women grabbed him by the arm and out the door he went. Bending down on the road, the women had him pinned. George Simpson staggered to his feet, waddling up the street, with a bloody face and his hands around his knees. So women, tell your mothers, tell your grandmas and sisters too, carry in your aprons all the stones that you will use. Together we will fight the draft and keep our young men home. Let every woman do it, the day the riots came down. Like a woman's scorn. So the day that Lincoln signed the draft, the women declared war on enrollment men and officers that take men from their homes. And every woman do it the day the riots came down. So women, tell your mothers, tell your grandmas and sisters too, carry in your aprons all the stones that you will use. Together we will fight the draft and keep our young men home. And every woman knew it the day the riots came down. And every woman knew it the day the riots came down. Well, Shane, take a short break. We'll be back. Stick around. There's some good music left coming.
And Mr. Bruce is coming back up to talk about some good stuff and show you some interesting things.
You just heard a song a little while ago about the Breaker Boys. He's 7 years old. You can imagine somebody his age working in the mines, sitting there. That's what you would have seen back in the 1850s, 1860s. Some of the props that are here are from the time period that these guys are singing about. The jugs, the tools, the mining tools, the railroad wheels, the cars, the coal pails, the dynamite, plunger. These are all items that would have been around and been used at the same time that these songs that they wrote about were being taken place here in German, Edgerton, Forest City, Pittston. And these rifles, this is what they would have used. These are originals. These are not replicas. These are an 1873 Springfield and 1874 Browning. These are what they would have hunted with. This is what they would have used right after the Civil War when they came back. These are the 1870s. These is what they would have been hunting: mountain lions and bear and deer and everything in this area. So I just thought it fitting that we bring a little bit of this out here to show you.
Lions and tigers and bears.
No tigers, no lions. German was a mining town from the 1850s, 1860s, all the way up to I would say into the 1940s and 1950s. And that's when all the mines shut down everywhere. There were still breakers here when I was a kid. So in the 70s, I remember all the breakers. The two breakers that we had here in German were on the east side of town, right where Rapid Pallet is. If you come down the Casey Highway and you see Rapid Pallet's building, that was one of the breakers. And I think I'm getting a lot of feedback. But right across, up a little ways, was another breaker. We're going to find one that doesn't do that. There's another breaker, that's better. There was another breaker as you go out of town up onto Rushbrook Street, but that wasn't in German. That was actually in Carbondale Township, Mayfield. But there was another breaker there that we didn't get as much recognition. The churches in this area were a big part of German. The Methodist Church was the first one founded in 1862, and they built their first building in 1870 on the site where the Methodist Church is now on Main Street. Back then, church was so important to everybody. They filled that church to the capacity every week. I don't know how many services they had in a week, but they filled it completely. It got so big that they couldn't get everybody in there. They had to tear it down and rebuild. And that's the current church that you see now is built in, I believe, finished in 1892, but it could be 1894. The cornerstone is hiding the last number of the date. But John German donated a lot of money to that church to build it. John German donated a lot of money to the Episcopal Church and built that. That was built in the 1870s as well. The Catholic Church was brought here in the 1870s. Originally it was on Madison Avenue, which is, if you went directly out this back door, it would have been down on that street. And then they moved it to where it currently is now, and that's the Catholic Church has been there since the 1890s, I believe. There was a Welsh Congregational Church up on the other side of Rushbrook Road, and there's St. Michael's Russian Orthodox Church. So we had as many churches as we had, I was going to say bars, but I can't say that because there was a lot more bars than there were churches. At one point there was probably 20, 25 bars in German. There's one funny story, it has nothing to do with German, but if Finch Hill, there is a cemetery on the corner. There's a church on the corner. There's an empty lot where there used to be a bar, and then there's down at the bottom of the hill is an old folks home. So they said that you were born and baptized in the church, and then you went to the bar, and you lost all your money and drank your money away, went to the poor farm, and then across the street to the cemetery. That was the four corners of the world. So it was just an interesting thing, and you can still see everything up there except for the bar. A little more history of German. We had, like I said, mentioned the Molly Maguires. There was a murder here. The Molly Maguires came up from Scranton, and they went after one of the mine bosses here and killed one. So they shot at a couple, they captured a couple of them, and there's records of that. There's records of a few murders. There's a record of a guy disappearing in the woods one day. They never found him. They found his body years later. We had our share of fights and bars and fisticuffs, and just like every town down through the valley, all through the mining period. The coal mines were such a part of all of these towns that's what they did. They went right out of the mines and right to the bar, and they went there and they drank. And then it's a big history that we'd like to forget about, I think. But that's part of being a miner. That was part of what they did. My grandfather worked in the mines. My great uncle on my grandmother's side was part of the railroad that went through here. He was an engineer on the railroad. We have pictures. In fact, there's a picture out there of one of the big trains that he drove. He worked on here through the valley. But there were two railroad stations in German. There was the O&W Railroad and I can't think of the other name, but the one, if you go down Rushbrook Street to the light where the Windsor is, and then where the Casey Highway goes up, that used to go down. And just to the right of that was the old railroad station there. And if you go over the East German, underneath the railroad bridge where Bottler's Tavern is, to the right, there was another railroad station there. There was two railroad stations in German. We had two glass companies in German. We had the Laurel Cut Glass Company and then the Dearborn Glass Company. You'll see some of the Dearborn glass out in the case out there. Dearborn Glass was probably in operation all the way up until the 70s, and a lot of the glass is still over there in the woods. You can find fragments from where they dumped all the old glass. It's hard to find in good condition anymore. A lot of people in German have it and won't give it up, and people around the country, you'll see it on eBay every once in a while going, and it sells pretty good. We had a lot of stores. We had general stores. We had mercantile stores. We had variety stores. Up and through I would say the 1870s, 1880s, 1890s, early 1900s, German had probably more businesses than any town in the valley. And it's recorded. There was livery stables, there was blacksmiths, there was funeral homes. And in fact, Charlie Battenberg and his son are here. Their family came here way into the 1800s and started a furniture business and a funeral business, and the business is still here and thriving. The Windsor Inn was built in 1866. That had 3 floors. 1 floor burnt down off it. Used to be able to look out the basement windows and see the road, but the road has been raised up. You can't see that anymore, but that building is still there. The porch is still there for this 2nd floor, and it had a 3rd floor added to it. The Longworth's restaurant building was built around the same period, and that building is still here. It's really beautiful inside, but with the restaurant, it took away from the actual house that was there. And we had another building that was built in 1866 as a tavern where Earl's Townhouse was. It burnt down a few years back, and now there's a garage there for a landscaping business. We had John German lived here. He had his own businesses for the mines. He had a country store. He had a mercantile business. He had a mining store. We had schools started here on Main Street. There's a white building with the name Dulce Dunham on top of it. That was the first schoolhouse in German. That's a little controversial, but it's recorded as being one of the first schoolhouses. And they also used some of the churches as schools. But the church, the actual first school that was built where the fire company is, right on the end of this alleyway when you come out of here, the Crystal Fire Company building. That was our grade school. The building you're sitting in now was built in 1936, and that's when the school first opened. I think 37 was the first basketball game played in here. And this is the actual gym. The only thing that's changed in here, we put new ceilings and windows and doors, but the floor is the original floor that was put in, and they played basketball here. The bleachers were put in the 50s. They used to have chairs, they sat on the side, but if you can imagine playing basketball here, I played here in the 70s. You put those bleachers down and the bleachers go right to the white line. And the cheerleaders sat on the bottom bleacher, and they would jump up and cheer while you're running back by them with a basketball. So there wasn't a lot of room. A lot of guys got pushed out of bounds, ended up in the stands. We had a game called here in 1968, I believe. We had a game called because there were so many people in the building. This stage was filled with people. The bleachers were filled, standing room only. And the condensation from the ceiling was dripping on the floor so much they couldn't keep it wiped up, and they couldn't continue the game. They had to replay the game and continue it on another day. But there were some very exciting basketball games played in here. Coach Tom Evans, we dedicated the name of this gym to Coach Tom Evans, who was the gym teacher back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way until this school stopped being used and they built a new school. And I have pictures of Coach Tom Evans when he was giving gym class, and it's funny to see the attire of the women in the gym class and him standing there with the whistle. And they had football here, they had baseball here, German high school. This was the home of the German Blue Jays. You'll see the Blue Jay on the center court. It was home of the Lakeland Chiefs up until they built a new school. The Lakeland basketball team played here. They won district championships here. Coach Tom Evans and his son won district titles here. In the 68, 69, they won titles here in this building. And when I played here, we played Carbondale area, and they went on to the state championship. We lost to them, I believe, by 2 or 4 points here in this building. And then we had to play them in the CYC in Carbondale, which is about 3 times the size of this. We lost by 40 because we couldn't keep up. We practiced in here and had to play up there. We played Riverside. We lost by 2 or 4 points here, and we lost by 40 down at Riverside. We didn't win very many games that year, so needless to say. But the history of German, we want to keep it alive. The German Historical Society is doing whatever we can to keep German alive. Little events like this are things that we are doing to try to raise money to keep our historical society up and running. We're looking for a building. We're in the process of that. This band is so good I have a couple ideas, and I'm going to talk to some of the people in our historical society about something for the future, and I'd like to see them come and play to about 100 or 200 people in German at another event. So I'm going to work on that tonight before I leave. And I'm also planning another, we used to have variety shows and musicals here, and I have an idea for another one. So we'll have it advertised, and I'm hoping I can get some people here from this band or the whole band to come and participate in that. A little commercial here. We have a Christmas show here on December 11th. It's open to the public. It's free. We take donations at the door. We have refreshments. And we have a community chorus that comes here and sings and plays. We entertain you for 2 hours. We have the children from the schools come and dance and sing. We have Santa Claus stops by and donates. He gives out presents to all the kids, and it's all from the German Public Events Committee. And I'd like to have people come down and enjoy that. This place is filled every year for that. We have over 300 people all the time. The day before, we have our annual Christmas parade. We march from the Windsor and come down and right here to the gym, and then they have refreshments afterward. No matter whether it's cold or warm or raining or snowing, we still do it. We still have it. We're planning our 150th anniversary of German. The year 2020 is our sesquicentennial, and we're working on trying to do something for that, and I'm trying to convince Dave into writing a song about German for our sesquicentennial. And I don't know how long of a break they want, but I think I'm running out of things to say here. How much?
It'll take me 5 years.
How much longer do you gonna want to break?
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay, we're not going to shoot anybody. We're going to put the guns back out on the case. You can examine them a little bit later. These are, like I said, original guns from the time period of the songs you just heard. And I'm a big collector, and I never owned a gun, but all of a sudden I have 2 of them. So I don't know why. My wife didn't even know I had the first one. I hid it for a while, but now I have 2. But Hunter's going to end up with 1 of them. This is the first time I ever seen a bass fiddle player that was as big as the bass fiddle.
16.
Okay, we ready for some fun? Okay, just remember one thing now. One thing. We are the Black Sage Project. All right.
Your strap's covered up. We're more confused as to
Sarah.
It's okay.
We're missing 2 people.
Who are we missing?
We need Donnie
Where is
and Dee.
Donnie's right there.
Tell a joke, Dave.
He'll be right out. Right there.
Now the stage is going to get crowded.
both sides of the German house. There's a play. What's it about?
Gotta get in there, Sarah.
What's the hidden part of fish? Like stand here or something.
Okay. We all are.
Stand short.
You ready there, Ron?
Am I ready?
All right, kick us off, buddy.
Way up yonder in the forks of the branch. Way up yonder in the forks of the branch. The old sow whistles in a little big dance. Groundhog, groundhog.
here comes Jimmy with a 10-foot pole. Here comes Jimmy with a 10-foot pole. Gonna get that groundhog out of his hole. Groundhog, groundhog.
Yonder comes Sally with a snicker and a grin. Yonder comes Sally with a snicker and a grin. With groundhog grease all over her chin. Groundhog,
Groundhog.
What's next?
dear old Dixie.
This is YouTube.
Okay, kick it off, Howard.
I suppose I wrote this.
You did.
This is called the, by the way, you don't like the weather, wait a minute type thing? Anyway, this deals with the, this talks about Pennsylvania seasons.
And it doesn't include the mud.
Yeah, no mud. Ready? 1, 2, 3. On a lonesome road, Pennsylvania, where the endless mountains touch the sky, and the fields of green along the roadside, hopefully those passing by, and their beauty all around, when the snow lays on the ground, they summer when the robins sing their song. Oh, how I love my state of boys on the ground. It's summer when the robins sing their song. Oh, how I love my state of Pennsylvania and my lovely country home. And my lovely country home. Oh.
Don't be breaking that guitar. We're doing a little gospel song for you called The River. And if anybody knows any of the songs, you're more than welcome to sing along with us.
Yes, please do, because we do encourage that quite a bit.
It helps him out.
Yeah. I'm not going there. Ready?
Hang on, wait for Sarah. Wait for Sarah.
Ready? Ready, done? Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's all go down to the river. There's a man there walking on the water. Well, come along with me. I want to go and see this man walking on the water. Well, he can raise a man from the grave, take water and turn it into wine. He can make them walk, he can make dogs talk, and open up the eyes of the blind. So let's all go down to the river. There's a man there walking on the water. Well, come along with me. I want to go and see this man walking on the water. Well, Jesus is the man by the river. He's washing our sins away. He will make you whole. You give him control. 'Cause you're ready for the judgment day. Yes, sir. So let's all go down to the river. There's a man there walking on the water. Well, come along with me. I want to go and see this man walking on the water. So let's all go down to the river. There's a man there walking on the water. Well, come along with me. I want to go and see this man walking on the water. Yeah, this man walking on the water. Thank you.
This song,
Yeah, it's a good song.
in my line of work, this song runs through my head a lot when I gotta walk down the driveway, into the house, into the basement, down the basement steps, back up the basement steps, back up the driveway to my truck to get something stupid that I forgot, and then back down the driveway and back down the basement steps. I get my exercise.
Well, that's why you're so skinny, right?
And I sing this song in my head because I
And
can't.
this is for the worker, man, and I see quite a few out there. So
And
we'll
woman.
take this in stride. Maybe little steps. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and it's up this hill and down, up this hill again, up this hill and down, up this hill again. It's a mighty, mighty long road when you got no end. From 5 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock at night. I don't mind the work, I ain't got no life. And it's up this hill and down, up this hill again, up this hill and down, up this hill again. It's a to my heart, oh Lord. And it's up this hill down, up this hill again, up this hill down, up this hill again. It's a mighty, mighty long road when you got nowhere. Yes, it's a mighty, mighty long road when you got nowhere.
Now we're going to have a little competition here.
Uh-oh.
Father against daughter.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you can grab a stool.
Age against beauty.
You're in for a treat.
This is one you can sing
This
with us.
is one of a few that you guys can sing to us. And we're going to listen. I wish I had wrote this a long, long time ago.
But he didn't.
Somebody beat me to it.
What's it called, Dave?
Somebody beat me.
Country roads.
Yeah, ready.
Ah,
Hang on, Sarah's switching again.
She did her xylophone.
Yeah, you need your own road.
this is your chance to shine now. Ready? moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. Oh, West Virginia, my mama will take me home down country road. I hear a voice in the morning hours call me. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, here we go. Oh, country road, take me home to the place I belong. Oh, West Virginia, my mama will take me home down country road. Here we go. Oh, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, my mama will take me home down country road. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. Oh, West Virginia, my mama will take me home down country road. Take me home down country road. Thank you. Have you noticed how it is with these warm nights on the road? And you know what it is when you find on the side of the road? Sometimes it's really bad in the middle of the road, and you can't really stand it. You end up with something like this. Crossing the highway late last night, you should have looked left and you should have looked right. Didn't see the station wagon car, you know the skunk got squashed and there you are. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road, and it's stinking high ever. Well, take a whiff on me, there ain't no road. Roll up your window and hold your nose. Don't have to look, don't have to see, 'cause you can smell it in your very own factory. You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road, and it's stinking high. Woo. Well, you got your dead cat and you got your dead dog, and on a moonlight night you got your dead cold frog.
Got your dead rabbit, got your dead raccoon. The blood and the guts are gonna make you swoon.
You got your dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road, and it's stinking high. Big old sticky. Okay, that's fun. It's almost as fun as doing something like this. Ready? Ready? Not super two. 1, 2, 3. Well, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, eh? Well, you get a line, I'll get a pole. Look down and prod that hole, honey. Now, baby mine. and all those cries way, way back, honey, baby mine. Oh, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down that crawdad hole, honey, now baby mine. So, what does the wood duck say to the drake, honey? What does the wood duck say to the drake, babe? What does the wood duck say to the drake? There ain't no crawdads in this lake, honey, baby mine. So, you get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. Well, you get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down that crawdad hole, honey, now baby mine. Yes, honey, now baby mine. Nice.
Dueling ducks.
Fun, fun, fun. I'm going to do another gospel tune for you. And you're all welcome to join in.
Okay. Trying to fit.
I want to see straight on the bottom left. It's a perfect one.
Sometimes when I'm feeling lonesome and no one on earth seems to care, all my Now, I know there's some Denver fans out there because I saw you singing before. This is a great Denver tune. This is going back quite a few years. This is about wheat harvest. Ready?
Yeah.
This is Matthew. I had an uncle, his name was Matthew, but his father's only boy. Born just south of Colby, Kansas, was his mother's pride and joy. And joy was just the thing he was raised on. Love is just the way to live and die. Gold is just the way Kansas we feel. And blue just the Kansas summer sky. And all the stories that he told me back when I was just a lad. All the memories that he gave me, all the good times that he had. And growing up a Kansas farm boy, life was mostly having fun. Riding on his daddy's shoulder, behind the old beneath the sun. And joy was just the thing he was raised on. Love is just the way to live and die. Gold is just the way to Kansas we feel. And blue just the Kansas summer sky. Well, I guess there were some hard times and untold some years to leave. They had a storm in 47, but Twister came and stripped them clean. He lost the field, he lost his family, lost the weed, he lost his home. But he found the family Bible, a faith as solid as a stone. And joy was just the thing he was raised on. Love is just the way to live and die. Gold is just the way Kansas we feel. And blue just the Kansas summer sky. And so we came to live at our house, and he came to work with us. Came to ease my daddy's burdens, and he came to be my friend. And so I wrote this down for Matthew. It is for him this song is sung, riding on his daddy's shoulder, behind the mule beneath the sun. And joy was just the thing he was raised on. Love is just the way to live and die. Gold is just the way to Kansas we feel. And blue is just the Kansas summer sky. Thank you.
That's not a short one.
What do you got for short? I'm going to sing you a pretty song from a friend of mine. I owe a great deal of gratitude to him. He is suffering from a very severe case of Parkinson's disease. And God forbid if something happens to him, we're going to do an album of all his songs. And the proceeds will go to the Parkinson's Foundation. So this is one of his songs. This song here is pretty special. It's called Beautiful Dream.
Gotta get the mustache out of the way.
Rolodex is in the way. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. The dream is all I have for the big mistake I made. The pain I have to live with for love I could not see. Beautiful dream, she's everything to me.
Beautiful dream.
Be careful not to wake me
Beautiful dream.
from my beautiful dream. Beautiful dream,
Beautiful dream.
she's everything to me.
Beautiful dream.
Be careful not to wake me
Beautiful dream.
from my beautiful dream. Thank you, Mr. Eddie London.
Our last song of the evening.
Last song.
Last
We're just
song.
getting started.
The tick-tock clock says it's almost 9 o'clock.
Can't quite bedtime.
Everybody's welcome to join in singing. We're going to be singing The Circle.
I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling to carry my mother away. Oh, will the circle be unbroken
weather is nasty out there, be careful.
We should do one.
We didn't want to tell you that before.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you want us to do one more? I don't know, ask Bruce. Fox on the Runner ain't going nowhere.
All right, that guy gets off the stage right now. But,
Okay.
Huh?
They don't roll the streets up at night?
Oh, okay. You don't want to do it going nowhere?
What are we doing?
All right, here you go. Here's a treat. We're gonna do two for you. If Bruce doesn't mind. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, I stole my money for a $2 bill. $2 bill, boy, $2 bill. I lost all my money for a $2 bill, and I'm on my long journey home. Homesick and lonesome, feeling kind of blue. I'm feeling kind of blue, boy, feeling kind of blue. Well, I'm homesick and lonesome, feeling kind of blue, and I'm on my long journey home. Well, I stole my money for a $2 bill, $2 bill, boy, $2 bill. Lost all my money for a $2 bill, and I'm on my long journey home. There's a dark cloud arising, looks like rain, looks like it's rain, boy, looks like rain. There's a dark cloud arising, looks like rain, but I'm on my long journey home. Well, lost all my money for a $2 bill, $2 bill, boy, $2 bill. Well, I lost all my money for a $2 bill, and I'm on my long journey home. There's a black smoke arising, looks like a train, looks like a train, boy, looks like a train. There's black smoke rising, looks like a train, but I'm on my long journey home. Well, lost all my money for a $2 bill, $2 bill, boy, $2 bill. Well, I lost all my money for a $2 bill, and I'm on my long journey home. Yes, I'm on my long journey home. Thank you.
This song is just in
Here we go.
case.
I want everybody to sing along with us with this one. This is a great Dylan tune.
Just in case you get out to the parking lot and there's 2 inches of ice, this song is for you.
This song is for you. That's right. Ready?
We'll be camping out in the gym.
1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Well, clouds so swell, rain won't lift, gate won't close, and the railings froze. Get your mind up, winter time, you ain't going nowhere. And ooh-wee, riding me high, tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. And oh Lord, we're gonna fly down to the easy chair. Well, I bind you through with a gun that shoots, no tailgate substitutes. Gonna tie you down to a tree with roots, you ain't going nowhere. And ooh-wee, riding me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride is gonna come. Hold on, we're gonna fly down to the easy chair. I don't care how much money you spend. Morning came and the morning went. Pick up your suitcase, pick up your tent. You ain't going nowhere. And ooh-wee, riding me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride is gonna come. Hold on, we're gonna fly down to the easy chair. Now Genghis Khan could not keep all his kings supplied with sleep. Gonna climb that hill, no matter how steep, when we get up to it. And ooh-wee, riding me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Hold on, and we're gonna fly down to the easy chair. One more. And ooh-wee, riding me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Hold on, we're gonna fly down to the easy chair. Good night, everybody. Be safe. We'll see you next time.
Come see us next
God
month.
bless everybody. Thank you very much.
Next month in Honesdale at the Vineyard Center, December 10th.
Yeah, please grab a little flyer and grab a couple and pass them around to your friends because it's going to be a nice
Send
event.
them all out.
Really great stage. There's going to be food there served, and the admission you can't beat it. It's $8, and everybody under 18 is free. So it's a great venue right in Honesdale. Come on out. Hope to see you there.